Nothing belongs to you. Everything is a meeting. Think about it. Every relationship you have, every connection, every conversation, every shared moment is a temporary alignment of two independent consciousness. Nothing belongs. Not the body, not the feelings, not the attention, not the memories. What does exist is a meeting, a fleeting convergence, a brief intersection of two lives in motion. You think you want someone because you spend time, because patterns form, because your nervous system synchronizes. But that story your mind tells to feel safe. The truth. It is a temporary alignment. One day it changes, one day it ends. One day someone leaves, or you do. Nothing was ever yours to hold. Seeing this frees you. You no longer cling. You no longer fear. You no longer collapse when patterns change. You meet people fully, deeply, without strings. No one was ever yours, and that's the gift. Yes, that's the brutal gift. If someone were ever really yours, you would be trapped. Trapped in their choices, trapped in their moods, trapped in the illusion of control. No one belongs to anyone. That's why love can be free, alive, unclinging, beautiful. Once you see this, you realize the world is not taking from you. It's never yours anyway. The world is just life, people, moments, meetings, experiences. And the gift? You get to stand fully in your own life, untouched by expectation, untouched by ownership, untouched by fear. That is freedom. That is power. That is truth. You are chasing ownership. You found pain. Look carefully. When you cling to someone, when you try to own them in your mind, your lover, your friend, your parent, you are doing one thing, trying to make the world behave according to your desire. That's ownership. But the world cannot belong to you. People are not objects. Minds are not things. Choices are not promises. Life moves. People move. And when your imagined ownership collides with reality, you feel pain. Pain is not caused by the other person. Pain is caused by your expectation of ownership, your illusion that you can hold life in your hand. Every time you thought, this must stay with me, your nervous system tightened. Every time you tried to control, your mind screamed. That's what you call heartbreak, betrayal, jealousy. All of it is the cost of chasing ownership. When nothing belongs to you, you own everything. Now flip it. When you stop claiming, when you stop needing, when you stop trying to make someone yours, a strange thing happens. You are no longer trapped in fear. You are no longer anxious about loss. You are no longer chained to expectation. You own your mind. You own your attention. You own your time. You own your life. Nothing belongs to you, but everything is yours to experience. Every meeting, every moment, every conversation, full presence. No attachment, no clinging, no suffering. That is real power. That is true freedom. That is living awake. First, see this clearly. There are two very different things you are mixing: presence, ownership. Love can exist with presence. Suffering is born the moment ownership enters. You are not suffering because you care. You are suffering because you believe someone belongs to you. That belief is false. Not morally false, factually false. What does belonging actually mean? When you say, she has to be with me, what are you really saying? You are saying, my internal sense of stability, identity, and meaning depends on her choices. That is not love. That is psychological dependency disguised as intimacy. You are not wanting her. You are wanting relief from uncertainty, protection from loneliness, continuity of a self-image, control over pain. So the mind creates a story. We belong to each other. This story feels warm, but it is fiction. Here is the brutal truth. Don't resist it. No human being has ever belonged to another human being. Not your mother, not your partner, not your wife, not even your child. Why? Because belonging would require control over another's inner life. You don't control their feelings, their desires, their future, their perception, their nervous system, their biology, their mortality. So, what exactly do you think belongs to you? A body, a role, a promise, a memory? None of those are them. Then why does it feel so real? Because the mind confuses familiarity with ownership. You spend time with someone, your nervous system sinks, patterns form, expectations stabilize. The mind says, "This is mine." But what it really means is, "I'm used to this pattern." When the pattern breaks, the mind panics. Not because love was violated, but because predictability died. The pain is not she is with another man. The pain is the world is no longer behaving according to my internal contract. Look closely at jealousy. Jealousy is not about the other person. It is about this thought. I have been replaced. Replaced where? In her life? No. In your psychological structure. Your mind had assigned her a function: validation, meaning, future, identity anchor. When that function is threatened, the ego screams. This is not romance. This is self preservation. Here is the illusion you must see, not understand. You believe belonging creates safety, but the opposite is true. Belonging creates fear because anything you believe you own can be taken away. That is why attachment is suffering. Not because love hurts, but because possession is fragile. So, what is real then? What is real is meeting. Two complete beings meet. They walk together for some time. They share experience. Then paths change. Nothing was owned. Nothing was stolen. Nothing was betrayed. Only expectations died. Truth does not promise continuity. It offers aliveness. Why the mind resists the seeing? Because if you truly see, no one belongs to me, then something collapses. Romantic fantasy, specialness, psychological security, chosen one identity. The ego would rather suffer than disappear, so it chooses pain over truth. You are not afraid of losing her, you are afraid of standing alone without an emotional crutch. When you no longer need someone to belong to you, you will discover something shocking. You can love without fear, and that love does not cling, it does not beg, it does not collapse when someone leaves, because it never tried to own. Sit with this, not to feel better, but to see. When you truly see it, the question will vanish. Not because it was answered, but because it was false from the start. No one belongs to you, and that's freedom. Think about it. Every moment you believed someone belonged to you, you were trapped. Trapped in expectations, trapped in fear of loss, trapped in a story about how the world should behave. Believing in ownership creates a prison inside your mind. Every smile, every absence, every choice by the other person is either a gift or a threat. You are never free, even when they are near. Now see this truth. No one has ever belonged to you. No partner, no friend, no parent, no child. This is not sad, this is liberating. Because once you truly see it, you are free from fear, you are free from jealousy, you are free from pain caused by illusions. You are free to love without clinging, to meet people fully, to walk your own path without needing permission from their choices. Freedom is not taking, freedom is not having, freedom is seeing clearly that nothing you thought you owned was ever yours. The moment you stop trying to make someone belong to you, you realize you belong only to yourself. And that is the only true, unshakable love there is. So, you are never meant to own another human being. You are meant to meet life as it is. The moment you tried to turn a meeting into possession, love turned into fear. Attachment was born, pain followed. Nothing was taken from you, nothing was betrayed, nothing was lost. What collapsed was an illusion. The illusion that another person could complete you, stabilize you, or belong to you. When you see this clearly, something ends. And when something ends cleanly, suffering ends with it. Then love is no longer a transaction. Presence replaces clinging, freedom replaces fear. Nothing belongs to you. And in that seeing, you finally belong to yourself. That is not philosophy, that is clarity.